Well, a very positive handover coming in from the US. The broader index, in fact, entered the positive territory to end the 4-week consecutive decline. What are you picking up, Shreyansi?
Well, absolutely. That just about sums it up when you take a look at the handover, because it is indeed positive. When you take a look at the S&P 500, of course, you do have that index eking out again as far as Friday is concerned. So when I'm looking at just the daily basis, the trading session on Friday, that is, you do have S&P 500 adding just about 0.1% broad market index also that ended above those 5,600 levels as well. Nasdaq then 0.5% gain coming in as far as the Nasdaq is concerned, and even for the Dow 0.1% uptick thereabout coming in for the Dow. But it's actually the weekly picture that is also looking bright, as you can see on your screens as well. 0.5% uptick coming in as far as the S&P 500 is concerned. For the S&P 500, it was averting a 5th straight week of losses, so good gain coming in as far as the S&P 500 is concerned. Nasdaq as well, 0.2% uptick on a week-to-date basis, and even when you take a look at the Dow, that's the one that posted 1.2% gain coming in. So you do not only have some strength returning to the markets, you have strength sustaining there as well. As far as the weekly moves are concerned, when you take a look at what else was happening in the market, of course, you did have a session that was volatile, major averages coming off their lows as well, because you do have the quadruple witching day that was on Friday, so that's stock options, index futures, index options, as well as single stock futures expiring. So that's the kind of handover that you're looking at broadly. When you take a look at FedEx and Nike as well, you did have a little bit of a decline coming in, 6.5% decline coming in as far as FedEx is concerned. And even the other bellwether, economic bellwether that I talked about, Nike, shares were off by more than 5%. So that's the kind of handover that you have on a stock basis as well. But you do have a lot to look forward to in terms of the stock correction and whether or not this sort of strength can sustain this week as well. So definitely something to look at as we kickstart the week, Kanishka.
That's correct. Now moving on to oil prices. So oil prices rose on Friday, posting their second consecutive weekly gains, and this is after fresh US sanctions on Iran and a new OPEC Plus plan for 7 members to cut output raised bets on the tightening supply. Now Brent crude futures climbed 0.22% to close at $72 a barrel. The US West Texas Intermediate crude futures gained 0.3% to settle at $68 a barrel. Now on a weekly basis, Brent gained more than 2%, whereas the WTI rose more than 6%. Well, these gains come as the United States Treasury on Thursday announced that Iran-related sanctions, which for the first time targeted an independent Chinese refiner among other entities and vessels involved in supplying Iranian crude oil to China. That marked Washington's 4th round of sanctions against Iran since President Trump in February vowed to reimpose maximum pressure campaign on Tehran, pledging to drive the country's oil exports to zero.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.